So last night I was streaming and playing some rapid games, and as you can see, I'm at a 1509. So I just completely fell apart. My openings weren't working. My calculation was not correct. I was missing moves that were key in the position. I was not seeing it correctly. And as you can see, if I go to my game history, I mean, just full of red. And this sucks. This is the first time this has happened in a little while. I have obviously everybody's had this. Tilts are just completely normal and we all kind of go through these. But man, like it really humbled me this time. It made me realize that, I'm still not doing what I need to do to get to 2000 elo. If I want to get there, I need to be training more. I need to be studying openings, reading chess books, potentially looking at courses, whatever it might be. I need to practice. Doing puzzles. I'm still not even really doing puzzles. I never really do. I just play games. I just enjoy chess and just enjoy playing the games and don't overthink it. And I need to be actually studying and practicing if I want to get to 2000 elo. So guys, let me know down in the comments. Do you guys want to see that journey? Do you want to see me doing the studying, see me practicing and kind of tell you what I'm doing as I'm doing it, or show you, I guess. Or if you just want to see the games, totally fine as well, because I like playing them. Either way, I'm going to continue playing games, but I'm also going to start practicing and studying and incorporating that so I can actually start to improve and get to a point where 2000 is definitely something I can hit. So with that being said, guys, let's jump into the games. All right, so we've got the white pieces. And we're going up against a 1547, and I'm going to go d4. So again, we're at 1509, and the opponent's at 1547. So now this is pretty nice because I do get a +9 for a win like this. Winbo is from, where is this? Myanmar. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we see bishop here. Bishop here indicating that you'd like to take and double my pawns. It's not really a huge deal in the structure to do that, so I can allow that. There's not really much I can do. I can obviously play this, but it's kind of ugly. I don't want to block my bishop in before it gets to d3. That's the idea. So I need my bishop to d3 here, and then if you double the pawns, I can use the pawn to trade off and come back and trade the one behind it as well. That would be the idea. We're probably going to see just castles and knight f3 castles, and we'll see if he even ever takes. He might give me the chance to escape, and we're going to see if he does. Okay, so c5. c5 striking the center. So first initial reaction is just take. You'll likely take back with the bishop, and then I can develop with knight f3. You'll castle, I'll castle, and we go from there. So we're going to go with this. This looks pretty normal. Just getting him to break the pin. Now we'll go knight f3. We'll probably see castles. I will castle, and then we have a nice game from there. Okay, so we see bishop d7 instead. All right, so bishop d7 trying to get his bishop into the game. His bishop has really only this square that it can proceed to. This square is taken, occupied. So castling is what I'm going to start with here and see what his plan is. But guys, we are at 74 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. The goal here is to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the month. We've got a few more days to make it happen. So if you're new here and you like the journey, I know it's been a slog, especially the last couple days, but hit the subscribe button and join me on the journey. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to take a while, but we're going to get to that 2000 elo. It doesn't matter how long it takes. So stick around. All right, so we see queen b6. First initial reaction is this, but I guess this is what he was preparing. He was preparing bishop d7 so that I could not play knight b4, and that does make sense. And okay, so yeah, I know there's a common trap going a3 in this, trapping the queen, but again, he played bishop here, so it doesn't work to play. All right, so interesting move. So rook b1 is an idea. Obviously, you can go b3, but that's a little bit ugly. You can go b3. But a little bit ugly. So probably just rook b1 to protect the b pawn, and then maybe a3, b4 after the fact to progress. I'd love to play this, but yeah, again, the bishop is well placed there now. This kind of idea does not work. No, okay. So I'm thinking just rook b1 to protect the threat of the b pawn, and what's his follow-up? Trying to see, does he have any kind of sack? I don't think he does. Knight can come here, bishop can come back. Castles can happen. Knight can come into c6. We'll start off with rook b1 though. Rook b1, either knight c6, castles, or knight here. or a4. He's fully committing to the attack on this side of the board. All right. So I can strike back with a4, and a4 allows me to plant my bishop or my knight there as well. So I am thinking that's going to be a good way to go about it, but can he take it? No, knight can take. So a4, and then I can potentially trade off the bishop or just plant the knight there and see if he wants to trade the bishop off. a4, I don't want him progressing on this side anymore. And I think we'll plant the knight there. Knight can get planted. It's targeting the c7 square, so you might decide to take it, and then I take with check, and my bishop is just going to be staying there forever, essentially, which will be very nice. It'll be kind of an immortal bishop. So let's, probably now castles, potentially, or is he going to find other ways to continue on with this attack that he's got going? Early attack by my opponent. He's not developing his pieces fully. I suppose just really this and this that are not in the game. For me, it's my rook. Really, that's the only thing that's not currently in the game. It's okay, we see castles. So here again, I can play this. I don't know if I really want to trade off my bishop. My bishop is pretty good where it is. And this allows me to play like c3 as well, which is pretty common in this kind of structure. Any other thing I'm missing here? There's also knight e5 hitting the bishop. Knight e5 hitting the bishop. But bishop just goes back or here, I suppose. But I like this knight b5 move. Yeah, let's play it. Knight b5. Getting the knight in the position. Gonna have a threat here now to go here, but you can always play this, I suppose, so it's not as strong because the king is castled. You can always play that. Okay, so he takes the knight. All right, so obviously I'll take back with the bishop. And now my bishop is in a pretty good spot, I think. It's going to be staying there essentially forever. So that's good. Can also play this c4 or maybe c3 b4 is also an idea, but there's a lot of pressure on the b4 square, so it doesn't actually work. I could just start with c3, see where it goes. Knight here, takes. No, it doesn't work. If I play c3, it does. So c3 looks like a pretty flexible move here. c3 seems like a pretty flexible move, kind of starting off preparing b4, preparing potentially knight here. Knight e5 is a potential move, but we'll start with c3. What's the plan of the opponent? First of all, knight here, knight can come here. So let's play c3. I don't want the knight landing on b4 for sure. So we'll play c3. It's pretty flexible. And yeah, okay. Queen d3 can come in at some point and adding support to the bishop and also connecting my rook. I also like this knight e5 move. Looks pretty good. Or knight d4, I should say. Here, now it would be knight e4, takes, and the bishop has to go back. Okay, so we see knight f5. Knight f5 stops the knight here idea. Actually, I suppose it doesn't because I take back with the pawn now. But I can still play this. Knight can come here and here, and here and here. I'm wondering if he's setting up some kind of sack, going like this, and check. That seems like a lot. I could play rook e1 just to protect that idea in the first place. I don't really see the follow-up for him here. Okay. Also going to just play queen d3. Queen d3 is an idea. Knight e5 is an idea. Knight d4 is still an idea. Takes knight d4. Here. Bishop goes here. Can come in. All right. I like knight d4. Knight d4 looks pretty good because after I trade off one of the knights, I'm opening up the e file for my rook. Potentially the f pawn can come forward to open up the e file even further. It's getting in the game, and we're adding support. We're adding stuff or pawns. Putting the pawns together over here, so that's pretty good. Okay, so he goes rook d8. So first initial reaction, I can take this, I can take this, right? No checks. But there are captures. So here, captures. This is a nice skewer, but there's no support behind it, so it doesn't work. Love it to work. That would be very nice. But I don't see the way to make that work. Here just runs into this, and I have to come back. What does that rook d8 accomplish? I guess it's just developing his rook. I could just play rook e1 and still just banking on the fact that he's probably going to take the knight at some moment. Here he's doubled f pawns, but that's not really bad for him in any way. I will start with rook e1, just develop the rook. Queen d3 maybe next. just really waiting for him to take, I think is the way. I think he will the pressure of the pieces just holding or looking at each other the entire time. I think generally the people will just eventually take, not knowing what else to do. So we'll allow him to take still. And I have queen d3 still yet as well that I'd like to play, or maybe even queen d2. I'm wondering if that's a little bit better, just in case the bishop wants to come back at some point to bishop d3. That might be even better. Queen d2. Both are probably fine. I would think both are probably fine. But queen d3 allows me to double the rooks potentially. Okay, so yeah, the pressure of the pieces he eventually just takes. Yep, all right. Now we take back with the pawn. He goes back with the bishop. Now my bishop is hit. I can either slide back, which causes my pawns to double. I can protect with queen d2, which causes takes, or I can take, which causes him a chance to double up his rooks. And I don't like the last option as much. Bishop is still doing absolutely fine here. It's literally never going to leave this square now. Should never have to leave. I'm thinking just queen d2. It protects my rooks, or connects my rooks, and allows me to just recapture after the fact. And that should be pretty good, because bishop, I don't need to worry about this over here. This will be fine. This will hold the position. So we're going to go queen d2. Knight, just make sure it doesn't have any crazy squares that it can go to. Not seeing any kind of way forward for the knight at the moment. So queen d2 is what we're going to play. If you take, I will take back with the queen. And after takes, okay, so now he's going like this, not wanting me to, g3 takes is very messy. I don't think that really helps. I think here I might just need to take. Here. Because if I come back again, same idea. He's doubling up the pawns. I'm opening up my king, but I don't know how helpful that really is. I would think it's probably not that helpful. All right, so let's just take. Let's just get rid of it. Not a big deal. Now queen d3 or bishop d3, potentially getting the knight to decide what it wants to do, and threatening to open up the e file for my rook as well. b4 is now a move, especially now that I'm on queen d2. b4 ideas can happen. Okay, so queen takes. Yep. So, all right, something like this, trying to get the queen to attack, is something that we might see. Bishop d3 gets my bishop back into the attack on the king, and shifting my focus to the king side with maybe like a rook lift. Can't go here or here, so the rook lift would have to be here. I'm going to start with bishop d3 though. Yeah, so bishop d3, forcing the knight to kind of make a decision. I don't think you really want to double the f pawns right now. You can, but I don't think you really want to. Potentially I could play this. Just this though. Yeah, rook here. Does it run into this? Yeah, it just runs into f6, right? Potentially doubling like this though could work. Okay, so knight goes there. Interesting. So it's got pressure here and here. Queen has pressure here. So the mate is not there right now. This is a move. Really taking away the squares. If you come here and just check me to open up my king, I mean, I suppose you could do that. I think just queen g5. Queen g5 here seems totally logical. Maybe even rook here. If here, then I go here. Then you go here, and suddenly my rook is trapped. And that doesn't sound very nice. Queen g5 is probably the way here. Queen g5, you have something, you don't have any squares on the dark squares with your queen. Your queen has no way in. I don't actually, you have to go back. So queen g5, I think this is the way. 6 minutes on the clock. We still got lots of time. It's increment as well, so lots of time. Now rook can start swinging this way, going for an attack on the king. Now probably bishop or knight here is probably what we'll see. Yeah, if knight there, I'm thinking I just need to go here. I need to go this way. Yeah, so this has got to be the move. Rook e3, rook lift coming in. If you ever play this, I step back and then I take the knight, and then suddenly you have pawns here. You have here, here, and here for your king, and that's not very. It's not very nice. Actually, that would not work at all. Here, anything else, I would go takes after here and here. So. Yeah, wouldn't work. We have a very solid position here, guys. This should be definitely winning for me, I would think. My pieces are more active and attacking. His rooks are like doing nothing. His knight's passive. His queen is on an active square, but it's not doing much. My pieces are all coming into the attack now. This can come. This can come. I think in a perfect world, here, rook here, queen here, you have to play something like f5. I go here, and yeah, I'm just going to demolish the position. Okay, so we do actually see h6 on the board. So this is what I was thinking. Here, I don't really want to trade queens. Here, what if f5? Well, then you lose your knight. So here, queen trade. It's got to be queen g4. Now my threat is taking. This is what I actually saw, h6, and I thought it did not look very good. But I suppose you could just throw in this queen f4 and go for a queen trade. But queen f4, I'd probably go queen or rook g3, saying if you take my queen, I'll take back with my rook and be happy because my rook is now in play. My other rook can come and double up. I can take the knight. Yeah, it would be really nice. So depending on what he does here, it might be worth delaying taking the knight and starting off with this, doubling up the rooks, because when the knight's taken, this is gone and this pawn is weak, and then I can hit the queen with this. So obviously there's lots of moves to be played before this, but if we can end up in some kind of position like that, that would be ideal. So depending on what he does here, it may be worth delaying capture to play this first, because the rook wants to come this way anyways. And where's the knight really going to go? The knight can come back. That's ugly, because then I play this, and then if you play this, I sack. Okay, so he actually finds queen f4, and that's funny. Kind of really one of the only moves that you can play here. I'm thinking I'm just going to go rook g3, trading off the queen on my terms. I suppose I also could play this, queen h5. Okay, that's an interesting move. Queen h5, queen here potentially is protecting your queen or protecting your knight. But queen there, I have rook f3. Queen here, he also has queen here. We're just going to play rook g3. If you take my queen, I take my back with the rook. And now my other rook's going to come in and get behind the other rook, ideally. And we're going to capture this knight, grab the g pawn after it's doubled. The e pawn is going to be weak. Yeah, this should still be quite good for me. Okay, so takes. Now you don't really want to lose this. You probably want to go here. But after here, what do you play? Here, rotating your knight this way. But your rooks are doing nothing. You need to get your rooks in the game somehow. My rooks are alive. Your rooks are not. Or one of my rooks is alive. This one's about to be in just a couple moves. We're going to make an attack here. We're going to build a very nice attack on the king, storm the position, and we're up on time as well. We're up on time. Okay, so we see king here, king to h7. Interesting idea. I think I'm just going to continue my plan of rook here, here, and here. So we'll start with rook. Start with rook here. Rook wants to come into the game. Now the threat actually first is this, and takes. So that's the threat right now. And now you've pinned your knight. So now you can't even move your knight by playing king h7. This is kind of a weird move. If you play something like h5, I take. Okay, interesting. All right, so he just strikes. He strikes with f5. Breaking the pin, rendering my bishop, and this attack here not working. So after this, I'm threatening this. So you play here and I play here. You play here. I have takes. Okay, so rook g3, rook back to e3 after he protects. And if you move like this, I have sack and I win a pawn. Okay, so yeah, he could also play this as well. Start with rook e3, go for the double. Target is this. If you play this, I no longer have this actually because you put this rook on this side. G4, you push. Okay, so knight here, it does protect everything, or it does protect his pawn here. But what if I go back to bishop here? So what can the knight go right now? Here, 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 and here. So all kind of useless squares beyond just attacking this. So I go here, you play something like this, and I go g3 to push you away. That sounds totally reasonable. So we'll start with bishop here, also protecting this square. Beautiful, okay? Protecting the rook from coming to this square. The only way to defend the rook again is by going here, or defend the pawn again by going here. Your rooks are disconnected. It's a little bit ugly. Okay, so obviously threat is on the g2 pawn, here and here. So just g3. Just g3, knight can stay, but I can go king h1, and then knight has to go. Here, 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 right? Just king f1 instead. I get my king more active. It's the endgame. Yep, so if you check, I'll just go here. Just let me double check that before I execute it. Here, king f1. So on this square, the knight has this, and this, right? This, and this is the only squares. So nothing that's really threatening to me if I go king f1. So king f1, now the threat comes back to this. Threat comes back to the e6 pawn. Your knight can come here. Here, h4, h4. Interesting idea. Maybe f4 for him. Takes though. You take, I take, and then I take again. So yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. He's down to 2 minutes 40 seconds. Okay, rook here and protecting the pawn now. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. F4, fixing the f pawn, stopping the knight. F4 and king g2 traps the knight. F4? But king g2, he has takes. Doesn't work because of the rook. Well, we have f4 though. We've fixed the pawn. So that's already, okay, so now king g2, because now he's not, so knight only has this, and this, and this, right? Yeah, so king g2, and we'll probably see this. Beautiful. All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Picking up a knight for a pawn. That is a good trade for me. We will take that. And now maybe we start rotating our sights this way and potentially looking to push these pawns. Just wondering if that actually works or if it doesn't. Yeah, so takes. You can play this or you can play that. Okay. On that, I'm wondering if I should just play king f3, but here, and then I'm actually fine. Honestly, king f3. Here. You're coming behind. No, but here. If you come here, I'll go here, trying to break through. Okay, so just king f3 I think is fine. Active king in the endgame, right? You come here, I go here. Time pressure's on him. He's got 1:45, but we've got increment. So, but I mean, that can still get to you. Okay, so that would go here. Okay, so he does go this. So this is forcing, goes here. This, we'll just go here. You take, I'll take like this. Okay, so he does not go en passant. All right. So now this is going to be a passed pawn that I need to be very cautious about and make sure that we're controlling. Okay, so how do I shift my focuses now to start some kind of an attack? B4 here. I mean, B4 has got to be the start at the very least. Okay, so B4, he's allowing me to take, which is very weird. There's also, okay, so I'm going to take first, but C4 here, and I've got more pressure on this pawn, right? C4. If you allow me to play C5, I'll play it because you have to move your rook off the file. And this pawn is proving to be a very big weakness for him that's causing him troubles. Takes, I take like this, but check here, check here. Yep, so check. Take with the bishop, not the rook, because if I take with the rook, I lose my, actually, no, wait, check. Do I lose my bishop? If I go check, he goes like here, and I'm probably losing my bishop at that point. So take with this, just threaten, discover, check, picking up the rook or picking up the pawn. He has checks. Okay, yeah, and he plays it. I think I have to play this because if I play this, you have check. So we'll play this. Still threatening discovery. Now threatening to win the rook with discovery as well. Okay, no longer threatening discovery. This pawn potentially. Okay, I need to be careful about this pawn though, and I also need to make sure I'm protecting or going for these. Okay, so we'll start off with bishop. No, it doesn't work like this. Start off with this, and this is an idea. Going back where the bishop can protect the a. Okay, he comes back with the rook. This makes me want to play this and just stopping him from getting his rook back on this file. What are his other threats? He can come here. No, he can't. Go here. I'm up on the clock. I got to move a little bit faster. Okay, so he goes there. I can go here now. Back with the king. My rook protects. I'm going to leave with the rook. I need to make sure I've got something that's going to help. Otherwise, we are going to get in trouble with this pawn and the rook. Okay, so he goes there. Okay, check here. Doesn't work. This does not work. Start with this. We got to move. This potentially going after the pawn. There's actually no way to defend the pawn. You can come there, sure. I'm ready to block with the rook. We'll go here. Check, I go here. Check, I block. Okay, block. Okay, you can check me here. I go here. You check me, I take, so that's totally fine. We're going to go here. This. You pick up the pawn. Okay, or that pawn works as well. Now it's allowing me to take this pawn though too, so I take this, you take that. Okay, bishop here, hitting the rook. You can grab this pawn. I can go with this pawn, and suddenly I'm not sure if this is actually good for me or not. Pawn here, checked by the bishop. Okay, rook here maybe. It's also this. What does that really do? Start with rook h2 and check me. Oh, this might be a losing mistake. Check here, check here. Okay, so he's seen that. So I need to come to this. I need to play king f1. I think this is, at the very least, I have to go here, and just kind of keep going back and forth. I think this is lost. This is lost. I have to move the rook away if he lets me. Yeah, so he sees this here. I think I lost my rook now. You come back with check again. Come here. Suppose this works to come this way, and now this. No, but that loses this. This might be a draw. This might be a draw. I can't tell. Comes this way, push the pawn. Rook or king has no squares right now. Okay, stop the check. Yeah, I mean, there's mate right there. Like, and just, I can't catch a break. Can't catch a break. Everything looks fine here. I have bishop captures with Greek gift. I have Greek gift ideas. Wow, interesting. Okay, I went with this idea, which is still completely fine. Yeah, but I thought if this, he just goes here, no? Then I'm opening up his king like this, and it's not very nice. Oh, I'm tripling your pawns as well. So yeah, and I'm getting, okay. All right, so that was a mistake as well. This is a now just kind of a drawn position. I'm still up, now I'm up big, g3, but I thought if this, he just maybe repeats, come back, goes here, and I had takes. f4 is the move. Up king g2 is the move. I'm completely winning. I win the knight. Everything looks good here. Completely winning still. Everything is good. Takes, takes, takes. Everything is good. Bishop here, bishop there. Okay. Just protecting the position. This is a mistake because I allow him into this, but I'm still fine. And then this is also, again, a mistake. I'm not playing it correctly. I need to go for his pawn. If you take, if you take, then I take this way, I suppose. I actually can't even take that because that's protected. Go here, and everything just crumbles. King f1 is a mistake. I need to leave with the bishop or with the rook. Yeah, I mean, this has been my chess experience lately, guys. This has been just so rough. So rough. I just can't catch a break. We'll just end it there. Tough loss. Really tough loss, especially considering I was completely winning. But if you like the video, subscribe if you're new here, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.